All right, let's jump right in. We're going to talk about a story that's, it's ancient, but its lesson feels like it was written for today. It's called The Parable of the Impatient Boy.
So let me ask you something right off the bats. Are you rushing your success? I mean, we live in this world of instant everything, right? Instant coffee, instant messages. So it's only natural to feel like you need to achieve everything like yesterday. But here's a thought. What if that pressure, that need for speed, is actually the very thing that's holding you back?
To kind of unpack that idea, we're going to go back in time and look at this classic story. It's all about a boy who wanted it all, and he wanted it now. This is the story of his hunt for a shortcut. So let's meet our main character, Arjun. This kid was, he was bright, full of energy, had these massive dreams. But, and it's a big but, he had this one huge flaw. He was just so impatient. He wanted the prize, the wealth, the respect, but he wasn't interested in the journey to get there. Anyone who told him to just, put in the time, he just tuned them out. So one day he comes across this wise old man and basically just blurts out his problem. How can I get successful fast? I don't want to waste any time. And that right there, that phrase, wasting time, that tells you everything you need to know about his mindset. He literally saw the process, the hard work, as a waste.
Now, the wise man, he didn't give him a secret formula or a shortcut. Instead, he offered him a metaphor. He called it the seed of wisdom.
And here's what he said. He told him, success is like a tree. You can't just grab it. You have to grow it. It needs daily care, a little bit of water every day. It doesn't respond to force. In fact, he warned him, if you try to pull on the branches to make it grow faster, you'll just end up killing the whole thing. And to really drive the point home, the wise man does more than just give advice. He gives Arjun a challenge. He hands him this tiny, single seed and tells him, in this seed is the greatest lesson of life. The instructions couldn't be simpler. Go plant it, water it, and just take care of it. It's really just a test of his patience, right? But, well, you can probably see where this is going. Arjun's biggest weakness is about to get the best of him. He's about to find out exactly what the price of impatience really is. And this is a perfect breakdown of how we can sabotage ourselves. So first, he's all excited, right? He plants the seed eagerly. But when nothing happens right away, that excitement turns into frustration. He just can't bring himself to trust that something is happening under the surface. So what does he do? In this fit of doubt, he actually digs up the seed to check on its progress. And poof! In that one moment, he kills it. He destroys any chance it ever had. The result? Exactly what you'd think. Failure. Total failure. The tiny little seed just withers and dies. And it's not because the seed was bad. It's because it was never even given a chance to grow.
So Arjun goes back to the wise man, and the man just lays it all out for him. He says, look, the seed wasn't useless. Your impatience destroyed it. You wanted to see the fruit without giving it time to grow. And that is the moment it all clicks for Arjun. The light bulb finally goes on.
And once he has that realization, everything changes for him. He finally, truly gets it. He understands what it's really going to take to get what he wants. This is where he begins his, you could say, harvest of patience. It's a huge aha moment for him. He realizes the problem wasn't that the world was moving too slow. The problem was that his own impatience was blocking his path. So right then and there, he decides to change everything. He goes to his father, starts working in the fields, and commits to learning this lesson the right way this time. And you can see the two paths so clearly here. The impatient way was all about rushing, constantly digging things up to check on them, and it just led to frustration and anger. But the patient path? That was all about steady daily work. He learned to actually trust the process, maybe even enjoy it a little. And the result? Not failure, but success. Real, tangible, golden crops. Okay, so great story, right? But what does this all mean for you and me today? Let's connect the dots here and talk about watering your own dreams. Look, the moral of the story is actually pretty simple, but it's also incredibly profound. Real success, the kind that lasts, isn't a race. It's a marathon. It's about persistence. Our biggest dreams, they're just like that little seed. They have their own schedule, and we can't force it. All we can do is give them our patient, consistent effort and let them grow. So what are the big takeaways from Arjun's journey? I think it boils down to 4 main ideas. First, learn to embrace patience. See it as a superpower, not a weakness. Second, value that consistent day in, day out effort. Third, fall in love with the process, not just the final prize. And fourth, build up that resilience, that grit to keep going even when you don't see results right away. And that really brings us to the final thought I want to leave you with. Take a second and think about this. What's the seed in your life right now? Maybe it's a career goal, a skill you're trying to learn, maybe even a relationship. What's that one thing that truly deserves your patience? What amazing thing could you grow if you just gave it the time it needs?